first local. Supported by Maker North, 3D printing, laser cutting, 3D design, education, prototyping, and more. Maker North, whatever it takes. Shop local, dine local, listen local, love local. Small businesses in the Algoma area have been a huge part of our community. Now is the time to show our support for them. From local markets to retail stores, music venues, and restaurants. Small businesses make up the backbone of our community. So go on, embrace all they have to offer by shopping, dining, listening, and loving local. Visit ssmcoc.com to learn more or to join the Chamber today.
Well, it's certainly been an interesting year. And like many of us, maybe you've been drinking more than usual and want to take a break. With Dry Feb, you can.
Why not challenge yourself to go dry in February to help raise funds for the Canadian Cancer Society?
Sign up for Dry Feb, and not only will you be helping people affected by cancer,
you can also reduce your risk of cancer.
Go as dry as you're willing to try this February. Sign up today. It's easier than you think.
Superior Adult Learning is looking for volunteers who want to make a difference in our community and help others reach their full potential. In only a few hours a week, you can help our learners achieve their goals and set them on a path towards a successful, independent future. Visit www.superioral.ca to get started now. Superior Adult Learning provides free one-on-one support to help you reach your goals. Improve your reading, writing, and math skills, become more independent, and increase your employability. Visit www.superioral.ca to get started now.
Have you been drinking more than usual?
Why not go dry this February? With Dry Feb, you'll
help people affected by cancer.
And you can also reduce your own risk.
Go as dry as you're willing to try. Sign up today. It's easier than you think.
It's Jake Moore, sports analyst, back in the On TV studios, letting you know that 705 Sports now has 2 shows a week. We still have the 705 Sports that airs every Friday at noon, but we've expanded to now have a show every Wednesday. 705 Sports Headlines will be a show that is much more condensed, that is very fast-paced, going over the main topics of the week in sports. 705 Sports on Fridays will still cover everything in sports in a full show format. This gives you a chance to really see what's going on in the sports world, whether you have a couple minutes or you got a half an hour. So make sure you join me, Dan Gray, on Fridays and multiple different guests every Wednesday, every Friday at noon, only on TV and Sioux Online's Facebook page.
Good morning. Friday,
Good morning.
February the 25th, as we're rounding out our palindrome week, where if you look at the dates numerically, they read the same forwards as backwards. So there's a little nerdy tidbit from the brain of Heidi.
Friday already. Where'd this week go?
Already. Yes.
So a lot of things going on. As you know, the war in Ukraine continues. They're apparently bombing the capital right now.
Okay.
And we're going to go to a live shot of Kiev right there. Doesn't look like a lot going on, but I mean, the streets are bare. And there's been, from what I understand, about 100 casualties so far. We're not sure if it's civilian or troops, but that's the report that we have heard. Another 100 people killed so far in this war. And
so the consult.
What do you think about it?
Well, I did trouble myself to read about it because it was hard for me to separate opinion from facts. I read an article. In my opinion, I have a difficult time sort of conceptualizing what's happening because every statement from Putin seems to be so arbitrary and just so singular of purpose and so transparently narcissistic. You know, and I guess I see things permanently from the filter of my kids who don't really understand the concept of war. So I certainly do wish and pray for a speedy resolution, although it doesn't appear to be trending in that direction, unfortunately. No. And it's difficult to watch.
I really think he's going to take the Ukraine, and then he's going to start trying to take those little other countries that were part of the Soviet Union back into Russia. And of course, those are NATO countries. So what's the slogan? If you fight one NATO country, you fight them all.
That's right.
So that's when you're going to start seeing, you know, World War III start.
Okay.
When that starts. But I mean, that's still a ways away. We're not even sure if he's going to do it, but it doesn't really make sense just to take Ukraine and not try to get the other country. So
well, but I mean, I think making sense is kind of the point, right?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't, none of it really, to you know a current century perspective makes sense. So you know, there's a problem for sure.
yeah, it'll be interesting this weekend to see what happens because it's happening fast. I mean, he moved in and he took over that country.
Yes.
Very quickly.
Yes.
So it's going to be interesting what happens, how this unfolds over the weekend and whatnot.
Well, and the intimidation tactics, right? Because from what I read, he had set up like armament, like encampments all around the border, kind of in a what the person who penned the article said, like in a side sort of shape. Yeah. So you know, there's like definitely you know an intimidation factor there that is well, to my way of thinking, unacceptable. So
I can't imagine what the people in Ukraine are feeling right now, right? I mean, you know, they didn't even think this was going to happen, and now it's happened. So you can just imagine the chaos.
Yeah.
Anyway, closer to home, we have some fairly good news, don't we?
Yeah. Well, you know what? Kieran Moore made a statement, and he was almost jubilant. I mean, if such a word can be applied to such a serious man. But for once being able to deliver information that some of the population might be pleased with, he talked about how Ontario is already reviewing dropping the masking mandates as applied to the majority of indoor settings, including schools. There was some discussion about how they plan to do it in Quebec. Quebec plans to start March 14th in the schools and then, you know, gradually phase out masks across other indoor settings. Ontario said, nah, we're just going to jump in.
Do it all.
Yeah, we're going to do it all. I don't believe that a date has set. Does the clip carry a date or anything, Mike?
Let's hear the clip.
Okay, we'll clip it.
Consultations have started, and we will be working with school boards, with parents, with the ministries, and make a decision together. But we do anticipate if we remove it in the public sector, we would do it simultaneously for the schools. That would seem to align as the risk decreases to do them together.
Okay. So not bad. I mean, as we said a couple of weeks ago, we believe that all this is going to be coming to an end very quickly. We said that by May,
Yeah.
that all the mandates would pretty much be gone. So
Yes.
it looks like we're heading that way. So
Yeah.
pretty good news.
And some of the discussion around dropping it in the schools has a lot to do with, the collective mental health of children and helping them kind of get back to, a collective sort of concept of what is normal, because, what they've been living for 2.5, almost 3 years has not been normal.
Yeah.
And I have certainly seen the effects in my own children, so I'm looking forward to a resumption of, something that kind of more closely resembles the school experience that I witnessed. Well, do I really want that for them? No. But what they should be experiencing in these formative years. So
we have a pretty nice looking weekend shaping up. I'll give you all those details in just a couple of minutes. But Heidi's got the news.
Okay. All right. Okay, well, so we did bring you information. So the original story, of course, played out February 23rd at around 7:23 p.m. Officers with patrol services responded to a call of a single motor vehicle collision at the intersection of Wellington Street East and Tancred. Now, the driver had fled the scene prior to police arriving. Investigation revealed the vehicle in question had been reported stolen from an auto dealership in Fort Erie, Ontario, and the driver, identified as Juan Sanchez, attended a gas station on Trunk Road, pumped approximately $90 in fuel into the vehicle, and then fled without paying. So the gas drive away took place at around 7 p.m. So, they invoked the canine unit. And it turns out that Mr. Sanchez is actually wanted by the Niagara Regional Police Service on numerous charges, including robbery, and the Sault Ste. Marie Police Service for theft under $5,000 and possession of stolen property over $5,000. So further to that then, the update is that officers with patrol services, the crime suppression unit, and the canine unit were actively looking to locate 45-year-old Juan Sanchez in connection with a February 23rd investigation. So around 1 p.m., this is yesterday, officers did observe a man matching the description of a suspect related to this ongoing investigation. He was walking on Pym Street. Officers were able to confirm his identity, and he was arrested. Charged then with theft under $5,000, possession of stolen property under $5,000. He was held in custody pending a bail hearing, and we will continue to keep you updated on this story as information comes forward. Okay, so as the weather warms, we are entering the season of the pothole, much to the chagrin of car owners everywhere. We actually did get some people were just passing through the Soo and took the time to send us an email giving us their opinion of the state of our streets and indicating that it is unlikely they will ever come back because of the potholes. Okay, so certainly right now driving in the Soo is bumpy, and you have to be so cautious and so alert because some of these aren't even holes. They're like openings in the planet that would lead you to the core. Anyway, what Tessa Vecchio, who is the communications manager for the city, has said is that the city is presently dealing with snow conditions. As it begins to warm, they will be using cold mix to address the potholes. And potholes, such as one that has been identified as particularly problematic on McNabb Street, which is actually in a newly paved section, have brought questions from the community as to what, if anything, the city can do for what is a relatively recently completed paving jobs. So what she has said then is that if the potholes are within the limits of construction, then yes, it is considered to be within a warranty period, and the city will have the contractor make repairs in the spring when they are correcting any deficiencies. In the interim, Public Works is continuing to fill the holes. So if you drive long enough in one of our streets, it's inevitable you will come across the big one. Now, yes, and have that happen to your tire. So the personal insurance company based in Canada has, of course, this quick guide for dealing with craters caused by the freeze thaw. So these 3 steps include: look ahead and try to spot the pothole early, and as big as some of them are, that's pretty easy to do. Do your best to avoid the pothole, and if you can't, slow down as much as possible before striking the deep depression. Okay, well, there you go. Some startling tips. So simple, they're brilliant. Okay. As always, if you do happen to have your tires tumble into one of these cavities, you are advised to check for damages as soon as possible. And with spring just around the corner, the city of Sault Ste. Marie does allocate, budgetary finance to this type of road repair. Tessa did say that annually the city spends approximately $400,000 to $500,000 on patching, depending on the type of winter that has been experienced. So, this article, of course, as always, is posted to our website at SiouxOnline.com. At the bottom of the article, Dan invites you to let us know what you think are the worst potholes as the season moves forward. Okay. The other thing I wanted to tell you, for the avid snowmobilers in the community, there has been, kind of a halfway point as you're ripping around on the trails and whatnot. However, there was an immediate announcement yesterday. Halfway Haven has announced they will be closing their doors for the remainder of the season. Their announcement in full read, "Due to unforeseen circumstances, we regret to announce the immediate closure of the Halfway Haven Lodge for the remainder of the snowmobile season effective yesterday, February 24th, 2022. There will be no fuel, accommodations, or food services available. Therefore, we do not advise traveling the snowmobile trails to the lodge for safety reasons. Our staff has worked tirelessly to provide a service for the snowmobile community. However, we have made the difficult decision to cease operations effective today. We thank everyone for the ongoing support and the commitment to Halfway Haven, and we look forward to serving our customers in the future." Okay, so if you count on Halfway Haven to be your holdover, your refuel, your accommodation, they are closed. Don't count on them. All right. What we can count on is some good news, I'm hoping, for the weekend from Craig.
Well, I think I can deliver that because things are looking pretty calm for today as well as into the weekend. We just have a little bit of a disturbance coming in for Saturday night. I'll let you know about that coming up. Right now, we'll take a live look outside, and hey, the sun is coming up. You can see this, the sun is starting to shine. It's a very calm day right now. We have a mix of sun and cloud, mainly cloudy conditions. There's going to be some sun out there as well. Temperatures are on their way up over the next couple of days. I'll give you those details coming up. Right now, let's take a look at your 12-hour forecast. You know what? I was kind of climatized, I think, because it doesn't feel like minus 17 anymore. That's what it currently is right now, heading towards minus 9 for the afternoon. And mainly clear conditions, though we do have that risk of seeing some lake-enhanced flurries just kind of drifting by. Not going to give us much. Temperatures dropping to a minus 11 for your evening, minus 15 overnight, and then that leads us into the weekend. That's looking pretty nice, and I will give you those details coming up. Heidi?
Okay, well, I see the temperatures trending in a more Heidi-friendly direction. Understand that at this point I have forbidden any more snow, any more cold. I am ready for the spring now to begin. I met an individual last night who is new to the Soo and was telling me that he has limited experience driving in snow, so it's been an eye-opener for him. And I did let him know that, he will be amazed at how quickly the snow will go, because that's what happens here in the Soo. Anyway, I digress, as always. We're going to jump into the world of our sponsors now. You'll hear from Superior Adult Learning, once again encouraging everybody to set some adult literacy goals, and then contact Wendy or Pat to help them help you reach your goals. As well, we'll hear from the Chamber encouraging everybody to, do the local thing, love local, shop local, eat local, play local. The weekend is upon us, so it's a good time to show the support to our business in the community as they rebuild and need our help. When we come back, I do have some other information for you, a celebration of a former fire chief, of course, the COVID numbers, gas prices going up. If you're going to fill up today. Go fill your cup and come on back. Shop local, dine local, listen local, love local. Small businesses in the Algoma area have been a huge part of our community. Now is the time to show our support for them. From local markets to retail stores, music venues, and restaurants, small businesses make up the backbone of our community. So go on, embrace all they have to offer by shopping, dining, listening, and loving local. Visit ssmcoc.com to learn more or to join the Chamber today. Good morning and welcome back to First Local Mornings. Friday, we made it to the weekend. Fantastic. I was delighted to note that it was warmer this morning, a mere minus 13 as compared to the minus 20 that it was yesterday. So cautious optimism is warranted, as always. Every day is a new chance for something dynamite to come your way. Okay, speaking of dynamite, let's talk a little bit about the celebration that was held in Gooley. So the Ontario Fire Marshal, as well as firefighters from many of the rural stations, did gather in Gooley for a rare celebration. Now, as part of this event, more coffee. As part of this event, Gooley Fire and Rescue's former fire chief, Jeff Bowen, was brought to the hall one last time to listen to his quote-unquote last call, among other tributes. So the tribute goes, Gooley Portable 31. So this is the call that he was there to receive. Gooley Portable 31. This is the last call for retired fire chief Jeff Bowen, who has served both the Searchmont and Gooley fire departments for the last 25 years. And this was being blared across the pager system inside the hall on Old Highway 17. Your dedication and commitment have helped make Gooley Fire and Rescue an exceptional volunteer fire department. We hope you enjoy working only one full-time job going forward. Thank you for your service. So the evening, of course, had speeches from Ontario Fire Marshal representatives, the new chief, Chris Rooley, and Bowen himself. Chris Rooley is quoted as saying, "I worked under him as the deputy for 5 years, and I've learned a lot. I've watched the place grow. I've watched new apparatus come in the building and new equipment. He's left us in a very good spot. He has set us up to succeed. He's taught so much, and he's made it so that we are who we are today." So his axe and his helmet were commemorated and mounted on a plaque, which was presented to him. And of course, Bowen was surprised and speechless, which apparently, according to those who know him, is rare. He did say, "I love this place. I love the idea of it. I got into this when I was 17 years old and up in Searchmont. A few years later, I met Sandra and moved down here to Gooley, and this was a happening fire department. I met some of my best friends through this place, and my wife and my friends, Marty, who's another firefighter, and I got to be really close and spend a lot of time together. I would dare say we rebuilt this place at one point." So, of course, as part of acknowledging Jeff's contribution, they did take time to also recognize his wife. She was also given a parting gift of a basket and flowers. So yeah, a really great story. It made me feel good to look at it. I encourage you to go read it in its entirety. Go to the website at siouxonline.com and have a look. Okay, I'm being instructed to rip us through the COVID numbers, so let's just get this business out of the way. So yesterday, Thursday, Algoma Public Health reported 58 new confirmed cases of COVID-19. The report did also show an increase of 11 in the number of cases categorized as active, bringing that total to 601, with 3 of those being confirmed as individuals from outside of the district. The same number of individuals receiving care in the hospitals remained static at 11. And this update, of course, came as a result of 298 tests having been administered. Of the new cases, 42 of those are found to be here in the Sioux and area. 2 were located in Central and East Algoma. 2 were confirmed in Elliott Lake and area, with the remaining 12 being allocated to North Algoma. Wow, there were 16 yesterday in North Algoma, 12 today in North Algoma. I didn't know there were that many people in North Algoma, sorry, but that just seems really high. Okay, anyway, provincially, Ontario reported 1,066 people in hospital and 302 in intensive care. Sorry, Mike, what now? Okay, well, I am done, so I guess we're going over to Craig.
Well, Heidi, it looks like we're in for a pretty half-decent weekend. We have a little bit of a disturbance maybe coming in for Saturday night. Other than that, really not looking all that bad, and I'll show you why. But we do have this mess here, and that's nothing that we have to worry about. Might see a little bit of cloud coming from it. Other than that, most of this rain and heavy snow pushing into southern Ontario, eastern seaboard, just like the storm a couple of days ago where they got belted with lots of snow and ice. System number 2 hitting them. We're under high pressure, and that's how we're going to stay for most of our weekend, seeing just clear conditions and some warming temperatures eventually by the end of the weekend. We'll take a look at the satellite and we'll show you that system there is all pushing in towards eastern seaboard, southern Ontario. You can see just a little bit of cloud from that. Other than that, we just have high pressure. We do have a little bit of a system coming in for Saturday night. Nothing really to worry about. Looks like we might see a centimeter, maybe 2. Other than that, not looking bad at all. We'll take a look at temperatures. Still way off the mark. We should be at around -3 for a high. We're only coming in at -9 today, -10 in Wawa. Pretty much the same around the entire area for as far as temperatures go. And if we look at the radar, really nothing to worry about, nothing to show you there. So this is what your 3-day forecast is looking like. For today, mainly sunny with some clouds filling in for this morning. And then eventually we might see a little bit of snow, just some light flurries from the lake later on tonight. -9 for your high, -5 for your day on Saturday. Mainly sunny for the most part. We're going to see those clouds fill back in during the afternoon, and again that system may just drop in and give us a centimeter or 2 for Saturday night. And then for Sunday we just drop a little bit, -7. A mix of sun and cloud, and we pretty much stay with sun and cloud. We have a couple little disturbances for next week, but other than that we're just mainly kind of calm and seeing our temperatures inch up bit by bit. By next weekend, I'll give you those details coming up in the 7-day forecast. Heidi?
Well, I like those temperatures, that's for sure, and I'm going to graciously ignore the snow graphic because once again I've forbidden any more snow, so I'm confident that it will not happen. We are going to take another break to listen to our sponsors. A reminder that Jeep the Mac is coming. And what an amazing display of Jeepage. And I'm going to keep using that word because really when you see the collection that gets together to demonstrate and to display, it's really quite a sight to see. So take your time, fill your cup, have a look at the Jeeps, and come on back so I can talk to you about, gas prices going up again and Ontario reviewing vaccine mandates for long-term care workers. If that won't bring you back, nothing will. All right, see you soon.
École publique Éco des Rapides, a place where your child can learn, grow, and be happy. Discover why more and more families are choosing École publique Éco des Rapides for their child. Register your child January 17th to the 21st at epedr.cspgno.ca. Parce que je vois grand.
Good morning and welcome back. Did you see the Jeeps on the bridge? Come on. I think I might actually turn up for that. I've never been a big Jeep fan, but when I see them together, it's kind of impossible not to get kind of electrified. Anyway, speaking of vehicles, so we got to talk about gas. Apparently, it's already started. It was said yesterday that it's not for certain, but prices of fuel may begin to skyrocket over the weekend. A quote from Dan McTeague, who is the president of Canadians for Affordable Energy and founder of the website Gas Buddy, which we go to a lot here, expects the price of regular fuel in Ontario to jump at least. It was originally projected at 8 cents. It's now projected at jumping 14 cents and could go possibly as high as $2 a liter next month. So Russia is the world's third biggest oil producer, accounting for about 11% of the global supply. And Mateague said that should the economic sanctions introduced by the global community include the blockage of oil from Russia, it could mean that the upward price pressure on crude will become a longer-term situation. So McTeague is also calling on the federal government to suspend the planned increase of the carbon tax that is scheduled to be added to the price pumps on April 1st. The next round of carbon tax increase will add about 5 cents per liter. So you have to start taking out, loans
Mortgage.
to fill out your, I don't have anything to offer, but I'll give you my house as security. Can I
Good
just
news, though.
clap?
I just checked. Gen 7 in Rankin is 140.9. So
Ooh.
get the Gen 7.
Yeah. Oh, okay, Mike, and that just makes you so superior. He's already filled up.
I went on Tuesday, so nah.
And because you knew this was coming, or just by your own good luck?
Oh, I kind of knew it was coming, so I got a big tank, so I might as well fill it.
You got a big tank, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, don't go there.
All right. How are we doing? Well, 120. Okay. I'm just going to summarize. Okay, so Ontario is reviewing. We talked about the mask mandates being dropped, that Ontario is looking at just kind of dropping it all together. What is being said is that there are still some sectors for whom vaccines were mandated, like compulsory, having to do with, of course, congregate settings, long-term care, for example, working with, extremely vulnerable populations. Now, Ontario's long-term care minister says that a mandate requiring workers in the sector to get vaccinated against COVID-19 is under review. So Paul Calandra says the rule is being looked at as the government reviews all of its sector-specific vaccination policies and other pandemic measures. So, and of course, they cite Kieran Moore because he is the province's top doctor, and he has said that he wants to end workplace COVID-19 vaccination policies by March 1st, when proof of vaccination rules in indoor spaces are also set to end. Calandra did not say whether he was aiming for that date to end the mandate. Workers in long-term care homes are currently required to have a minimum of 2 doses of COVID-19 vaccines to stay on the job, and currently they have until March 14th to get their third shots. It is the only sector in Ontario that the province has made COVID-19 vaccination a requirement and a term of employment. Ooh, you're throwing me into the factoids? Nice, nice. Okay, well, you've got Van Halen queued up, so let's go there. So it was on February 25th in 1984 that Jump by Van Halen started a 5-week run at #1 on the US singles chart. It hit #7 in the UK. Singer David Lee Roth wrote the lyrics after seeing a television news report about a man who was threatening to commit suicide by jumping. I did not know this. By threatening to jump off a high building. Roth thought that one of the onlookers of such a scene would probably shout, "Go ahead, jump." All right, so there that is. It's a little bit darker than I thought it would be, but okay.
A little bit, just a tiny bit.
No, I got another factoid. Well, most people know what Happy Days. You can't get an image for Happy Days. Whatever. February 25th, 1972, apparently before pictures were allowed, but anyway. The TV show Love American Style airs a segment called Love and the Television Set, later retitled Love and the Happy Days for syndication, with Ron Howard, Marion Ross, and Anson Williams. Happy Days was a spin-off of this segment, of course, starring Ron Howard, Marion Ross, and Anson Williams. So right there, you've got Richie, you got Mrs. C, and you got Potsy. So the story centers around their family becoming the first on the block to get a television set, forcing Richie to choose between his best friend or his best girl, Arlene, to come and watch the big fight. George Lucas saw the episode and cast Howard as the lead in his 1973 film, American Graffiti.
Great movie.
Now that see that was worth it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Tell me, people, was that factoid worth me?
I think it was.
throwing the timing
We
off?
should have led the show with that.
Well, we had
Anyway,
more important things, bigger fish to fry at the top of the show. But now we can settle into the downward slide that is gentle and lovely and interacting with our viewers. Who do we have here? Margaret McKay, beating everybody to the punch. Margaret says, good morning all. Good morning to you, Margaret. I hope you have a stellar weekend. Steve Childs, GFMA, rocking the horns. Good Friday morning all. Have a great weekend.
You too, Steve.
You have a great weekend. Continue to rock those horns. Jason Hall says, good morning. Hello, Jason Hall. I think he's out in Batchewana. He usually tells us something about Batch. Anyway, Terry Matthews says, good morning, Heidi and Craig. Good morning, Terry Matthews. Michael Robinson, woohoo, I was here first. No, close though. And then, and good morning, Heidi. Do I know you, Michael Robinson? I like the individual greetings, though. Thank you. I hope you have a great weekend, and thank you for saying hello.
Maybe you should get to know him.
Yeah, I don't know. Tim Robinson says to Jason Hall, get plowing. Jason Hall, you've been told. Okay, Rick Sutherland, good morning all. Happy Friday. I've missed out on the live show this week because I'm back to work, but I still enjoy watching the playback show. Have a great weekend.
Excellent.
Aw, thanks, Rick.
Whenever you watch a show, it's great.
Did you see it on YouTube yesterday? Because I was at my mom's and she wanted to see it and I couldn't pull it up. I'm just curious. It did seem to go to our website.
It's there.
So I don't know. Anyway, thank you for watching, Rick, and I hope you have a great day at work. Bradley says, good morning. It's Friday. Yes, it is Friday, and he sends a peace sign. Have a great weekend, Brad. Tristan Tremblay says, good morning, Heidi and Craig. I hope you have a good day. You too, Tristan. I hope you do well at school. Go and learn. Yes. Bradley, why are elevator jokes so classical and funny? Because they work on so many levels. Kathy Boren says, yay, it's Friday. Be good and be kind. Yes, be good and be kind. No matter what you're going through, other people are also going through their own stuff. Everybody has reasons right now to be whatever, but yeah, be good and be kind. Frida Ross, I think Frida might be a new viewer.
I think so.
Well, welcome aboard, Frida. Thank you for watching
Frida.
and thank you for commenting. Michael Robinson, fun fact, Russia is one of the few countries, if not the only one left, that doesn't have a central bank. Huh. I did not know that.
Yeah, I think that's one of the sanctions from the U.S. is something to do with financial, so.
Okay. I've got nothing, so yeah. All right. Interesting. A factoid. Judy O'Neill, good Friday morning. Enjoy your weekend. Hope you all do something fun. It is always the goal. Ooh, I'm getting my hair done. Getting my hair done on Sunday. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. Okay. Joseph Bertrand, good morning. Great job by the team at Sioux Online. Keep up the good work. Well, that means a lot coming from the worthy people at Maker North who also do a great job. You keep up the good work, solving problems and being fantastic. Let's see, who else here? Bradley, bad news. I got fired from my job as a masseuse yesterday. There wasn't any specific reason. Apparently, I just rubbed people the wrong way. Wah, wah. Jim Whitty, GFM, Heidi and Craig.
You too.
I'm going to go with Good Friday morning, although there's another F word that I tend to favor in the office.
That's for late night.
Well, also for early mornings. So Jen Buchan says, happy Friday. Have a great weekend. Have a great weekend to you as well, Jen. Thanks for your words. Steph Swanson, happy Friday. I'm on a snow strike. No more snow. Take note, Craig.
I'm with you.
Haha, bring on hockey this weekend. Go Hounds, go. Yes, and I'm sure Jacob, when he is back on Monday, will have a lot of information to let us know about how the Hounds do this weekend. There will be no 7:05 sports today, so understand that.
He's taking an extended family day week,
yes,
apparently, this week.
Yes.
So.
Enika, good morning all. Have a great weekend. You as well,
too.
Enika.
Thanks for watching.
Kathy Boren responding to Steph and her snow strike. and then saying right, and then with the hockey. So go Hounds, go. Tony Mancuso says, good morning, everyone. Whoa, and there it is, the sun and the tracts of land. Whoa, have a great day and a great weekend. You too, Tony. Terry Wilson, good morning, Craig and Heidi and everyone in the newsroom. Hope you all have an enjoyable weekend. At least the weather looks like it's going to be peaceful. Good time to clean the roof off with like a plethora of question marks. Got to plan ahead for the rainy season.
Yes.
Yes.
Because that's going to be coming here before you know it.
I'm not clearing any roofs. So, Steph Swanson, be prepared to sit in the lineup. It can get long.
At Gen 7, I imagine.
Oh, okay. Yes, that makes sense then. We also have a salute from Team Jen and Andrew from driver's seat in bidding everybody a good morning and instructing all to drive safe. Doing good work there, Jen and Andrew. Very nice. Steve Child sends a heart. Right back at you, Steve. What do you have to do this? Like, ooh, there you go. Kathy, a worthy factoid. Well, these days are ours, aren't they? Yes. Michael Robinson. Yes, you do.
Ah.
We met when you were at the Career Center. Check my pic. Okay, I will. All right.
There you go.
Well.
Mystery solved.
Mystery solved. Okay. You know me as Rob Robinson. You know, when that name kept coming up, I was like, the only Robinson I know is Rob Robinson. And now Michael. Okay.
It's all making sense now.
Yes. Okay. Tony Mancuso laughing at Brad's joke about getting fired as a masseuse because he rubs people the wrong way. And we're just going to leave it on that note. So yeah, thank you everybody for watching and for commenting. And now I give it over to Craig for the 7-day.
7-day. Not looking all that bad. I keep on saying that. The temperatures are slowly getting better.
Yes!
Hopefully by Wednesday we're on the plus side.
Oh, yeah.
Keeping our fingers crossed that's going to happen.
Will it stay there?
It should.
Okay.
I mean, we're on the trend.
Don't tease me,
right?
Craig.
There's going to be the odd, because it's March.
Okay.
Right? There's going to be that odd punch of cold air. But the warm air usually wins out. So that's what we're in now. We're going to have an early spring, I'm telling you. If those temperatures stay the way they're forecast for March, where we're looking at a week of +9.
Yeah, but that's...
Developing by the third week in March.
There's a
we're
lot
going
of
to lose
snow.
all the snow. We will lose all the snow.
Not all at once, though. The conditions will
No,
deteriorate.
not all at once, but over, say, 7 to 10 days, we will lose the snow.
What will it be like to drive? Will it be...
Should be okay.
Sloppy?
It won't be sloppy.
Okay. Okay, so Mike just said something that I'm not going to repeat, but thank you all for watching, as always. We look forward to coming back again on Monday when Jacob will be with us again. A reminder that we are the Sioux's only local news show, and we bid you all a fantastic weekend. Have a great time, and remember, your miracle is right around the corner. So believe that.
Awesome.
Cheers. First Local, supported by Maker North, 3D printing, laser cutting, 3D design, education, prototyping, and more. Maker North, whatever it takes.
It's Jacob Moore, sports analyst, back in the On TV studios, letting you know that 705 Sports now has 2 shows a week. We still have the 705 Sports that airs every Friday at noon, but we've expanded to now have a show every Wednesday. 705 Sports Headlines will be a show that is much more condensed, that is very fast-paced, going over the main topics of the week in sports. 705 Sports on Fridays will still cover everything in sports in a full show format. This gives you a chance to really see what's going on in the sports world, whether you have a couple minutes or you got a half an hour. So make sure you join me, Dan Gray, on Fridays and multiple different guests every Wednesday, every Friday at noon, only on TV and Sioux Online's Facebook